Hashtag Walk Away is putting on an event in Washington, D.C. on October 15th. The name of the event is the Black American Culture War Showdown. Joining me now is Brandon Straka, the founder of the Hashtag Walk Away movement. Thank you so much, Brandon, for joining Real America's Voice. Tell me, what are we going to see at this event?
Well, so we're really excited to bring Walkaway back to Washington, D.C. on Saturday, October 15th. That's a week from this Saturday, to bring what we're calling the Walkaway Black Americans Left versus Black Americans Right Culture War Showdown live debate. This is going to be a really exciting, groundbreaking event where we have 3 Black Americans representing the left-wing point of view versus 3 Black Americans representing the right-wing point of view. And we're going to get out on the table once and for all conversations that we're rarely having in a bipartisan way in this country. We're going to talk about things like critical race theory, the Black Lives Matter movement, the left's narratives about things like white supremacy and systemic racism, reparations, racism, things like this, as well as debating issues on Trump and Biden and Democrat policies and how they're affecting the Black community. So typically we've remained very divided on these issues. About 90% of the Black community has been generationally voting Democrat. You can hear their feelings and their point of view often by watching CNN or MSNBC. On the other side, we have a much smaller faction of the Black community who's not voting Democrat, and they're kind of presenting their point of view on, at Republican events or Fox News, what have you. But the two sides rarely come together to duke out these issues, and we're finally going to do that for the American people.
And now, since we're living in a post-Obama political environment, just like you said, generationally, we know that blacks have voted Democrat, and they're looking at what's happening in the cities. They're looking at what's happening in their culture, and they're going, how did we benefit? What happened? Talk to me about the black conservatives you chose for the panel. How did you come to the conclusion to pick the people you did?
Well, so I started off with Shamika Michelle, who is, I kind of discovered Shamika years ago she had done some videos that were kind of starting to go viral, talking about her experience as a lifelong Democrat who was walking away and now starting to embrace Donald Trump. I got in touch with Shamika years ago through the Walkaway movement and was really taken by her presence and her story, and kind of brought her into the fold to start doing Walkaway events. And for several years, she joined us as we did Walkaway Black Americans town halls around the country. So she was kind of on the top of my list of people I wanted to bring in. And then we had kind of a group discussion as a team about other people. Shamika had actually recommended Delano Squires. And I'm really excited to see what Delano brings to the table, because a lot of people have told me since we announced this event that he's incredibly strong, incredibly intelligent, very bright, and very knowledgeable about his history. So I'm excited to see that. And Malik Abdul was just kind of through doing research. He was another recommendation that was brought to me by people. He brings a very unique perspective as somebody who also used to be a Democrat, now actually is a Republican who works with the GOP. And what I think is really interesting about Malik is he was a Trump supporter who actually does not believe that the election was stolen. And I think that that's a really unique perspective among conservatives too. So I'm excited to hear his point of view.
It's definitely going to be something to watch. Real America's Voice will be there to cover it. That's Brandon Straka. He's the founder of the Hashtag Walkaway campaign. You can find him at brandonstraka.com. And you can always follow us here on Real America's Voice, especially on Getter at Real AM Voice. Thank you for joining me, Brandon Straka. I'm Christopher Carter in Washington, D.C. We'll continue to follow this story, and we'll hope you'll join us at the event in Washington on October 15th. Back to you.